I've always had a strange fascination with mirrors. Not just the way they reflect our image back to us, but the idea they might hold some supernatural power. Since my younger days, I believed that mirrors could be a portal to another dimension, a place where the unknown and the terrifying resides. But I never thought that my obsession would lead me down a path of true horror. It all started when I found an old ornate mirror at a garage sale. I couldn't resist its intricate design and the fact it seemed to call out to me. I brought it home and hung it in my living room. At first, everything seemed normal, but as the days went on, I started to notice things on the reflective surface that shouldn't be there. The first time it happened, I caught a glimpse of something in the mirror out of the corner of my eye. When I turned to look at it directly, it disappeared before I could properly register what I was seeing. I thought it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. But soon the visions in the reflection became more frequent and more detailed. Each time I had the mirror in my peripheral view, I saw something twisted in the glass, only for it to disappear when I turned towards it. But the imagery was already burned into my mind. It was a grotesque face, staring at me with sinister intent. The eyes were black pits, and the mouth was a gaping maw filled with razor-sharp teeth. The skin was grey and mottled, and the hair was long and stringy. It was like nothing I had ever seen before, and it filled me with a deep sense of dread. I knew I had to do something about the mirror, so I decided to board it up to seal it off from the rest of the world. But even with the mirror gone, the visions didn't stop there. Everywhere I looked, there was a reflective surface. Windows, car mirrors, even the surface of my phone screen. And in each one, I could glimpse the twisted figure staring back at me. It was like it was following me, haunting me. I couldn't take it anymore. I started to have public freakouts, seeing the twisted figure everywhere and screaming at it to leave me alone. People thought I was crazy, and I couldn't blame them. But I knew the truth. The horrors on the other side of the mirror were still after me. I could feel myself losing my sanity. I knew I had to find a way to stop this, to close the portal and banish the creatures back to where they came from. I knew I had to confront the mirror to finally put an end to my torment. So I unboarded the mirror and waited in front of it, determined to see the twisted figure once and for all. And then it happened. The thing manifested in the glass, and I saw it clearly for the first time. But what I saw was not a creature from another dimension, not a being from another world. It was something else entirely. The horror of the realization hit me like a freight train. The creature wasn't in the mirror. It never was. The mirror was never a gateway into another dimension. The thing I had been seeing was something that came from the back of my head. I watched in horror as the creature silently emerged through my skin, tearing its way out of my face. It began to writhe and twist. It looked around for a moment, as if it was taking in its surrounding. The atmosphere grew cold, and with slow deliberation, the thing slowly rested its eyes upon me. I could neither move nor scream. I couldn't take my gaze off it, nor quell the way it gripped my fears in a vice. Its lips suddenly stretched into what might have been a smile, an eerie expression full of knowing. It then burrowed back into my head, disappearing as if it had never been there. I was left standing there, my mind reeling from the horror of what had just occurred. For the first time, I noticed I could feel it inside me, wriggling and squirming, making its way deeper and deeper into my body.